Hey everybody, welcome back to Cars Jubilee. This is Victor again in my Ioniq 5, and unfortunately today with a sad or upsetting update. Let me show you why. I'm not sure if you guys can see it from here, but there's a windshield crack about 2 feet long on the bottom right hand side. So let me give you guys some background to that. Well, we were doing a quick family trip down to the Lewis Rehoboth Beach area. The girls are back at college, so it was just my wife, my son, and I. So we decided, hey, let's take the Ioniq 5. Well, honestly, the Ioniq 5 was killing it. And since I did my range test, I knew what to expect on the highway, and I was actually getting, about 4 miles per kilowatt on the highway. And we actually got that on the way down and the way back. So excellent efficiency, and the Ioniq 5 was an absolute pleasure to drive down with HDA2. Kept us all nice and comfortable, and kept me, pretty relaxed for the most part, because I was just letting the car drive itself. In fact, let me show you guys here the drive history. So this is the drive back, 127 miles at 4 miles per kilowatt. And this was the drive down, 126 miles at 4 miles per kilowatt. So really the car did just a fantastic job, and the only issue was something happened. So we were on the highway just cruising along, and all of a sudden we heard that sound that you know is a rock chip hitting the windshield. We heard it, and then about a second later we heard another louder sound. This time it was more of a metallic-y impact sound, and I was worried. I was actually really worried that that was something to my bodywork or my paintwork, and that I was looking at an expensive repair bill, or just in general, something bad had happened to the exterior of my car. So anyways, we got to the hotel. By the time we got to the hotel, I got out, took a quick look, and I was shocked. I was like, wait a minute, I don't see anything. The bodywork, the paintwork, everything looks perfect. So the initial thought in my head was, well, okay, this must have been what happened. The first sound was the rock chip hitting the glass, and that second sound must have been the sound of the glass cracking. So that's what I figured it was, and I started jumping on the forums to get a better idea of what kind of repair bill I'd be looking at. And honestly, I was a little shocked. Someone else on the forums said they went through Safelite and the repair bill was about $2,000. And I got a bit of a sticker shock there, but I figured, hey, I have insurance, so if that's what I have to do, that's what I have to do. Now, it sucks. I'll probably have a accident or a repair history shown on my Carfax or whatever, and it's gonna be a pain to have to prove that the car itself was fine and that it was just the glass, because when I go to sell the car, resellers always want to nickel and dime you. So they're going to say, oh, this thing had a incident reported where there's a repair that had to be made, and hopefully this video and the photos I have will show, well, no, it was just glass work, just glass replacement. But anyways, we did our whole beach thing. We had a great time. Like I said, the Ioniq 5 still did a fantastic job, just being an amazing EV. So then we start the journey home, and it was kind of a gloomy and overcast day. So I said, hey, you know what? Let's open up our Vision sunroof, or Vision moonroof, and let's take a look there. So it's nice and overcast, so we can get a little more light in here. And look up, and then all of a sudden, that's when I see this. I don't know if you guys can see it in the camera well, but there is another crack. This one is in the Vision sunroof. I'd say it's about 3, maybe 4 inches long, and my heart sank. I saw this and I thought, oh gosh. Now I know what that second impact sound was. It was the sound of the same rock, or a different rock, hitting the sunroof and cracking it. So now at this point, I've got the cracked windshield and I have the cracked Vision sunroof. So knowing that, I decided to start making some calls the first thing I did was actually call the dealers and say, hey, I've got a cracked windshield, a cracked moonroof, what can I do? Pretty much all the local ones told me, oh, we don't actually do glass work, we typically outsource it to Safelite. Based on the forums, I already knew Safelite was probably my best option for the windshield. So then I went on their website. They want you to do it all through their online portal, so I put in my information, and the issue was they didn't have an option for me to select damage to my moonroof. They only had the option for the windshield, so I did it for the windshield. They sent me an estimate, and it said it was $2,300, just like I had expected, which is crazy high, but that's what I had expected. But then I couldn't find an option to put in information for my sunroof. So then I decided, okay, well, let me try to get a hold of someone at Safelite. And I tried calling multiple times, and I could not get a hold of someone. They just kept on taking me back to the online portal, and they kept telling me to do it that way. So anyways, then I go on their website and I do a quick search, and on their website it actually says we do not do moonroof or sunroof replacements. We only do essentially the windshield. So now I'm thinking, okay, now what do I do? So then I call my insurance, State Farm, and then they actually say, well, we outsource all of the glass damage portion of the insurance to a company called Lynx. So okay, now I'm in contact with Lynx, and I tell them the same thing. Hey, I've called the dealerships, I can't find anyone that can do the moonroof. So they start making some calls, 20-30 minutes. She's contacted a couple different companies. They all say the same thing, we don't do the moonroof. So now I'm thinking I'm just screwed. So then as a final last-ditch effort, the Lynx contact person decides to call Safelite, and I guess they have a separate number for Safelite. They get a hold of someone, and the Safelite rep says, oh yeah, we can actually do the moonroof as well. So now I'm like, oh, okay, at least I have someone who can do both. So at this point now, we're just at the waiting stage. Supposedly someone from Safelite will be contacting me once they have a lead time for the windshield as well as the moonroof. I'm a little worried that the lead time for the moonroof might be pretty substantial, just because of the fact that I actually have not seen or heard of anyone else with an Ioniq 5 needing to replace the moonroof. My fear is that I might be the first one, and that could mean a very, very long lead time. I'm hoping that's not the case, but we'll see. I'll definitely update you guys when I have more information. Now let me just take you through the damage for the windshield right here. I don't know if you guys can see it, but the impact point it's small, very small, but you can see that crack goes all the way up. Now my issue is, I feel like this could be a design flaw, because looking on the forums, I've seen quite a few other people. There's one thread devoted to cracked windshields, and everyone on there has kind of the same conditions, meaning something hit this black portion and then they immediately got a crack that goes all the way across. The crazy part is, those impact points, some of them are even smaller than mine. So it makes me think there might be a design flaw with this windshield, where even the tiniest impact, as long as it's in this black area, is going to crack your windshield. So I'm not really sure. We'll have to wait and see as more cases arise if that is indeed the case. But for now, all I can say is be careful out there. Hopefully you don't get anything impacting your windshield in this black area. Otherwise, there is a high probability you might get the same windshield crack like I have. So anyways, like I said, we're really frustrated. We're upset that this happened. I've actually never had to replace a cracked windshield in my life. So that's about 20 years of driving, many different cars. In fact, my Mini Cooper was an absolute rock chip magnet. That thing had a very upright windshield, meaning the rake of the windshield was probably like this. I don't know if you can see it, but it was much more upright. So just naturally, rock chips were going to hit that windshield much more often, but it never cracked. That thing had rock chips all over, but it never cracked. Whereas this thing took one rock chip and it cracked. So we'll have to wait and see. Like I said, I don't know if it's a design flaw. That's what I'm thinking right now, but we'll have to wait and see. Anyways, once I have better news or more of an update for this one, I'll definitely check back in. But like I said, in the meantime, definitely watch out there. Anyways, thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one.